Hello, and welcome back to Fifth Entertainment. This time for my review of the new released Blu-ray of Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, this is actually the theatrical poster of the movie. Now, on the VHS tape of this film, they had a completely different artwork. It was made up, but this right here is the original artwork to the film. It was originally released in 1985. And I'll show you guys the very boring teaser title card poster, which is this guy right here. As you can see, pretty boring. And so, yeah, the theatrical poster, much better artwork. Okay. Well, again, I will not be reviewing the movie's plot and pretty much say much of an opinion of the movie due to the fact that I've done that already 2 years ago. What we'll be talking about is the difference in quality that this new Blu-ray release has over the previous Blu-ray release as well as DVD release. Well, the first difference obviously is since the DVD release from Paramount Pictures in 1999-2000, this is the first time the film has been presented in 1.85 by 1 widescreen versus it being modified to 1.78.1 widescreen. Which means you actually will have little borders on top and bottom of the screen versus everything being covered on the screen. And there has been color correction put into the film, give it a much better color that's closer to what it should look like. And I can't help but notice that the remaster of the movie is closer to the original way the film was supposed to look. But this is not a 2K scan or a 4K scan. So they didn't go out with this, but they did remaster the original print of the movie and gave it color correction. That said, with a 4K scan or a 2K scan, been cool, but yes, but that's not what we got. But what we did get is the best I've ever seen in this movie. The 5.1 DTS HDMA sound presentation is more or less the same as it was in the Warner Brothers Blu-ray release in the previous Tin Can Ultimate Edition box set, which I had previously to this one. I can say that I definitely prefer this one, and for people that want a nostalgic feeling, you have a nice, good mono sound remix, which is taken from the original negatives for this movie. So no Dolby Digital mono, but actually DTS HDMA mono sound, which will give you a much better experience from the 1985 original 8 tracks of the film. Now, do I think this is a better version of the movie? Yes, I do. I think it's a better version of the film. What was it like watching this film theatrically? Well, there's a little history of this one. This was one of the first Friday the 13th films that I saw as a child because my dad rented it when I was about something like 7 or 8 years old, possibly 9, when I went to visit him in Wyoming, I believe. So it might have been, yeah, like between the age of 7 and 8. Definitely not 9. I say 7 and 8. Between the ages of 7 and 8 is probably the first time I saw this movie on VHS with my dad when I went to visit him. But this is the best I've ever seen a movie because it is theatrical after all. And that's the theatrical presentation this time around. So I definitely got a much bigger, broader experience out of this film. Now, watching this film theatrically, I can definitely see why a lot of people thought that the reveal at the end of the movie would have been that Tommy was the killer all along, and that the spirit of Jason kind of consumed him. Obviously, that's not the case. Although they do have that cliffhanger ending, which is non-existent in the next movie. The next movie is a sequel to this one. It actually is. Believe it or not, this film does not have non-existence when it comes to 4 and 6. 6 really is a sequel to this one. So we have that. But yeah, this film is a good film. It has a lot of good thrills, and believe it or not, despite the fact that Jason Voorhees is actually not in the movie, but somebody who's pretending to be Jason killing people, this has quite a body count versus the previous 4 films. It has more body count than the previous 4 films. Per movie, that is. And if you take all the kills that Pamela Voorhees in the first film and all the kills that Jason did in the second, third, and fourth films, it'd be a lot more, obviously. But for a single movie, this has a pretty high body count. One of the highest body counts in the entire franchise for a singular movie. But like I say, if you guys want my opinion on what I really think of the movie, the plot of the movie, all that, there's a playlist called Horror Fest 2018 on this channel. I suggest you check it out. I cataloged everything I reviewed fall 2018 in that playlist. And that gives you access to everything I did that fall, which is the Phantasm movies, the Freddy Krueger movies, Jason Voorhees movies, the Hellraiser movies, the Saw films are in there, the Psycho movies are in there. So yeah, lots and lots of good stuff in that one. And of course there's a playlist for 2019's Horror Fest as well, which has a lot of cool stuff in that too. So if you want to see what I've done previously in previous years for the fall seasons, watch those. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the new quality for Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. I can definitely say really good upgrade from what has previously been released for this film. So hope you guys enjoyed my little given to you information about the new box set in case anybody wants to get it. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this, is to give watch these films theatrically for the first time, which is really fun for me, but it's also for people that are interested in this box set. This is like box set number 125. Obviously, is it worth getting this box set? So far, I would have to say, completely worth getting this box set. This is the best these films have ever looked, and that's despite having 2 or 3 Blu-ray releases and half a dozen, DVD releases and VHS releases. Out of every release there is of all these films, this box set I think is the best release. These films have been given the respect they deserve, and it really is pretty spectacular. I'll see you guys next time for my review of one of my top favorite Friday the 13th films, which is Jason Lives Friday the 13th Part 6. Until then.